Okay, we'll get started. Thank you all for joining in this experiment. And that's what it is. This is an experiment. This is probably the most innovative teaching thing we've ever tried on this campus. We're doing 3 different things in one course. There's a move to try and mix disciplines and become more interdisciplinary. And this is Patrick there, Professor of English, who runs the grad program in English. I'm Damien Schofield, I run the grad programs in computer science. And Patrick and I are involved in setting up digital humanities programs here, which are going to combine computer science and different aspects of the humanities. And this kind of Trans-Humanism course is part of that. So we're mixing disciplines and trying to get students from different areas to work together and to study together, which is hard enough on its own. Then we're going to run this course with a university in Australia, which is why we're having the course at this time of day. Their semester doesn't start for another month, but they're going to kick in and we're going to have some Australian students who you guys are going to be talking to, and they're going to be talking back to you. And hopefully we'll have an Australian professor teaching you as well. So we're doing that at the same time, and then we're trying to run a program where we're going to take students from here across to Australia as well, to carry on some of the work we're doing in this course. And we're trying to do all those 3 things in one course. So it is an experiment. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the course, what we intend to do, what's going to happen. I'm going to talk to you about a thing called Canvas. You've probably all got this strange email, you don't know what it is, inviting you to Canvas. We're then going to run a bit of an introduction to each other. Because you're from 2 different groups and we want you to talk to each other, we're going to take you outside of your comfort zones. The students who study English are going to program some robots. And don't look so scared, it's not that hard. And my students, they're not all computer scientists. Carly's from cognitive science. Patricia there's a history graduate. Matt and Kevin are graphic designers. So we take all sorts of people in HCI, they're not all computer scientists. So you're going to mix together something, you're all going to program robots together, and you're all going to read science fiction and study that together with Patrick. So we're going to do some of this all together. We're then going to talk a little bit about the movie AI and introduce what we're going to be doing for the next few weeks. And I'm going to give you a couple of activities to do before the next class, really simple, small things. So, first the course, a bit on information, schedules, activities, policies. Some information on the course. This is, I'm going to pass that back. This is going to be an innovative course. It's being run at the graduate level, but it's open to cross-listed with some undergraduate courses as well. So I know we have some undergraduate English students and some undergraduate computer science and IS students. It's cross-disciplinary, and we're looking at mixing computer science, literature, philosophy, art, all together in one course. We're trying to offer a kind of seminar experience where we'll sit and we'll all talk about this. It's a big class, but we expect you all to get involved and talk about this. And we're going to explore some complex relationships between humans, and I'm calling it robot technology, but all sorts of bits of technology that are changing our lives and how we live at the moment. The information on these slides is primarily for you guys. Obviously the information for the Australian students will be quite a little bit different. There are 3 professors involved. Myself, Damien, I run the Human-Computer Interaction program. Patrick Murphy runs a graduate program in English. The professor from Australia is called Lisa Dethridge. I used to work in Australia, used to work in the same department at RMIT University as Lisa. Lisa's an astonishing person. She's worked for NASA, she's worked for the United Nations, she worked as a scriptwriter in Hollywood for 8 years. She then ran the School of Creative Writing. She now does a lot of work with virtual worlds and scripting experiences and art experiences in virtual environments. So she'll be talking a lot about that kind of work and the media work she does, hopefully. And we're each going to each of us will be teaching different aspects of this program. The course will focus on 3 main areas. There will be each bit taught by different professors, but we're going to share this experience. We want it to be shared. It's an experiment. We're all going to be involved in each aspect. You're not going to be left with one professor and the other 2 not there. We're hoping we'll all get involved in each other's components. So we will play with these robots. We have 3 of these. I'll show you them a little bit later. And you'll be playing with some of the robots. You will be reading some science fiction and doing some literary and philosophy with Patrick, analysing the literature, questioning what it means to be human. And we will be looking at some of the virtual environments and the way we project ourselves into these new worlds. We have a student cohort with a very varied background here. All of you have different experiences and different backgrounds. And our aim is to take all of you outside your comfort zones a little bit, get you all involved, working together, doing things you wouldn't normally do. We're going to try and get you to work in teams, and these teams will involve you working with students in Australia, as well as the students in this classroom. You'll work in groups together, and you'll start developing things. We don't know exactly what you're going to do yet as the assessment. These are going to develop as the course goes on. We're hoping you'll all come up with innovative ideas of things you want to do and talk with us about it and develop your ideas. We're trying to keep this a more open area for you to explore new ideas. So, computer scientists are going to read some science fiction and get a bit of literary criticism experience and philosophy experience. English students are going to play with the robots, play with some technology. Believe me, we're not going to drop you in anything difficult. It's all going to be easy to use, but we want you to have fun and enjoy yourself and show yourself that you can do these things. And you're going to work together in teams to ensure that you interact across your discipline boundaries and across these international boundaries. And the project work is going to reinforce that you'll work together in these projects, explore it. We're looking forward to seeing about the cultural differences as well. Working with people in other countries is always fun because the expectations are different. We're offering it as a hybrid offering, and we're going to be using something called Canvas, which is a learning management system. I'll show you Canvas in a moment. Something, again, so not only are we doing these 3 new things which are pushing the boundaries, we're running the course in a completely new learning management system as well. I couldn't have made this course any more difficult for me if I tried, really. It is ridiculous the amount we're trying to do in this course. Hopefully, the projects you develop, some of these projects, we hope to take them to Australia, continue working on them and build them up into something bigger and better at the start of the summer months. The schedule for this. Any questions, comments on that before we go on? Okay. Everyone looking scared? Good. All right. We have a month before the Australian semester kicks in. So they're still on holiday at the moment. So up until March the 2nd, it's us. So we've had to sit and think about what we were going to do for this month. And I must say, I think we're pretty excited about this, Patrick. We've had some really good ideas of things we want to do here. And we decided to do over the next few weeks, we're going to look at artificial intelligence. And the classes, we've decided we're not going to teach one of us then the other, we're going to teach together. So I'll do half of the class and I'll introduce some topic or some technology, and then Patrick will take over and discuss the implications of that technology from a philosophical and more literary point of view. And we will do that in each of these classes, and we'll use media, and we'll be referring to the novel we're reading, etc. as we go through this. We've already had quite a few ideas and discussions about these things, and it's going to be pretty interesting. Then, this is very rough. We haven't really decided or finalised what we're going to do. But once the Australians join us at the start of March, we're going to talk about robotics, science fiction and literature, and virtual environments. And we'll probably, each professor will introduce those areas, and then we'll spend some time, this is where the course may split a little bit, and we'll spend some time working on each of those things. So we'll look at programming the robots, we'll look at some literary analysis of the book we're reading and other texts that Patrick may introduce, science fiction, and we'll look at virtual environments and what we do online. And while we're doing all that, you will be working towards these projects of some form, which we will finish the course with these projects. This may change. This is a draft schedule we're working to at the moment. So this will be taught by the three of us. And what we really want is, although one professor may be more responsible for the class, we're hoping we'll all be able to feed into this and provide input into each of these areas. There is, to make it even more difficult, there is another problem with summertime. On March the 1st, the time difference between Oswego and Melbourne is 16 hours. On the 10th of March, it's 15 hours. And on the 7th of April, it's 14 hours. Just, you know, every time we started trying to do something else with this course, we find another problem. So we're going to have to shift classroom times. There's no way around this. So at the moment, we're at 6 o'clock, and the Australian class will be at 10 in the morning. On March the 10th, we'll have to move this class till 7 o'clock, and I'm really sorry, there's no way around this. Then they'll be at 10 a.m., only for a month, and then for the rest of the semester, we'll be at 7, and they'll be at 9 in the morning. So, I know it's not ideal, but we don't know how else to do this. So I'll be reminding you about this as we go through the semester. Okay, that's the schedule. Any questions? Yes. Okay. Activities. So we're going to meet twice a week, and this is the room we've been given, incredibly warm as it is. We'll meet here twice a week. For the first few weeks, it's just Oswego students, then the Australians will join us. Or perhaps we should say that we'll join the Australians, because we'll be joining their class as well. It's not a one-way thing. We're going to try and we will be setting up some technology. We'll be filming some of the classes, so there will be some video conferencing going on with Australia. We'll be setting that up. We'll try and film what we can as well and store that online so that you can access the lectures and the Australians can access them as well, and we can access theirs. As I said, the first few weeks it's myself and Patrick delivering the lectures, and the way we're planning these first few weeks is I'll be introducing a technology concept, and then there'll be some discussion about that concept in a bigger philosophical and literary concept and societal perspective. Okay, we're going to use this new learning management system called Canvas. Basically, we can't put the Australian students in Angel, and we can't train them learning management system. So we contacted some of the people who sell these funky new learning management systems, told them what we were doing, and they'd let us use this one for free. And so they're hosting it and they're running this because it's such an innovative course. It's fantastic. I must say, I've been using this for just over a week or so now, and I wish we had this at this campus. It's really brilliant. You've played with it, Anthony? It's great, isn't it? Yeah. Carly, you've played with it?
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's like using Facebook. It's so much easier than Angel. So I'm going to go into Canvas and show you around a little bit in a moment, but it's got an emphasis on social media, interaction. It's just a lot easier. It's got a beautiful, clean interface, very easy to use. So it's important you all log in here and get used to it. It's a 10-minute learning curve to just get yourself wandering around and seeing where everything is. There is a quick start guide under the help menu. If you go to help, there's quick start for students. It's a PDF file, you can read that. Again, if you read that whole quick start, it only takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes, so worth having a look at. The novel we're going to read is called Galatea 2.2. Do you want to say something about this? I don't know why I should introduce this. I haven't read it yet.
Well, then you'd be in a better position to talk about it.
I've only read the first 35 pages. So.
Richard Powers is the author. Richard Powers is a MacArthur Fellowship winner. He's on the faculty at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. Our paths crossed briefly when I was doing my doctorate there. I met him once at a cocktail party. That's the extent of it. He would not know who I am. Richard Powers is trained in computer science. He set up a computer system for Juan Carlos in Spain many years ago. So he's done computer programming and computer systems work, but he's also a creative writer. He's written many novels. This novel is, almost all of his writing is to one degree or another autobiographical. So he is the author, but he is also the narrator. And so we'll have to make, when you're reading the novel, you have to be alert to that difference. It's a love story. It begins with a narrator trying to make sense out of a failed love affair. The love affair in part takes him to the Netherlands, and he has to learn another language. So he's healing his wounds. He goes back to the place where he did his undergraduate degree, which is a city that he just calls U, which stands for both the university, I suppose, and Urbana. Urbana, Illinois is where both of us did work, and he lives there now. When he's not traveling, he travels often. He's currently at Stanford, working in the creative writing program at Stanford this semester. But anyway, U means, for all intents and purposes, Urbana, Illinois. And so he comes back to his home place to heal his wounds, and he gets a one-year sabbatical appointment in a research center, a lot like the labs at MIT. And there are labs, similar labs at the University of Illinois. Anyway, to make a long story short, he encounters a computer scientist who's working with neural nets, and a bet is thrown down. It's more complicated than this, but a bet is made. Can you create a neural net that could pass a master's comprehensive exam in English? So it's a perfect novel for thinking about neural nets and computer science in relationship to literature and literary criticism. But throughout the course of the novel, the narrator himself is struggling with what it means to learn a language. What are the many different kinds of languages that we speak through and use as people? And so it's layered in many interesting ways. The development of the neural net goes through several implementations, and with each implementation there's an extended meditation on the nature of modeling and human consciousness, and issues like that we'll obviously be talking a lot about. So there's a quick...
That's what the course is about, yeah.
So that's a quick overview. It has a surprise ending of sorts.
Okay, so we expect you all to buy this, read it, and it will form the context of our discussion about a lot of the technology, and a lot of the work we do will hopefully be discussed in relation to this novel, the projects we do, etc. So
It can be a slow read, so if some of you might just devour novels and be done with it quickly, but you might find that it's a little bit of a slow read, so you might just want to give yourself a little time to get into it, and there is time. You don't have to rush right to it.
Well, we're doing an introduction to artificial intelligence over the next lecture or two. And I was looking at some of the text to take and use, and I'm only up to page 36, and I'm thinking, no, I'll just use part of this novel because it introduces it perfectly. You know, there's a few pages in here I'm going to use as part of my introduction to artificial intelligence, because might as well use the book that's from the course. Sure. So, we have graduate and undergraduate students. The graduate students here know the drill. If you're in a cross-listed course, you have to do more work than the undergraduates. It's the way life is. So those of you who are graduate students, there will be extra readings for you to do. There will probably be some form of discussion group running on Canvas that you will be involved in, and that will be running parallel to the rest of the course. There may be other things we ask you to do as graduate students, but you're used to this sort of thing. We'll be throwing extra readings at you. Undergraduate students, I haven't really talked to you about this, Patrick, but my feeling was if undergrads get involved in this, there's the chance for extra credit. You know, if you do these extra readings, okay? Meandering. I am reasonably famous for this, in setting a course schedule and not keeping to it. I find something interesting and we talk about something else instead. So be aware it's a new course. We're hoping that the discussions in class you'll find things you're interested in, talk to us about, and we may move the discussion that way. So we're not stuck to a schedule here hard and fast. We can move around. Also, there's a lot going on in this area at the moment. Lots of articles coming out, lots of things, lots of new technologies we can talk about. And it's hoped those will be discussed. Bring things into class. If you find things that are interesting, post them up, tell us about them, and we'll talk about them. Assignments. The aim, or our aim, is that these assignments will be predominantly collaborative. We do want you to work together. We want people with different disciplines to work together in collaborative groups, just like you have to do in the real world when you get jobs. We intend to take you out of your comfort zones, attempt activities you wouldn't normally undertake. And there is a trip to Australia. Obviously you have to pay for this, unfortunately, it's not free. The idea is that at the end of the semester, at the end of May, a small group of students, I will take a small group of students to Australia to continue some of this work, to work with Australian students. We'll visit RMIT University in Melbourne. That will be predominantly where we go for around 10 days, 2 weeks. We'll do some sightseeing and travelling down the Great Ocean Road and things. We'll probably also go to Sydney, see the Opera House and things like that. But it's predominantly a student trip. You can get extra credit for this. The way it's going to work, there'll be a quarter course at the end that you can sign up for that starts at the end of March. So if you're interested in that, talk to me about it. I know quite a few of you have already said you're interested, so we're busy setting up the details for that now. Policies. They're all in the sheet I've just handed out to you. I'm not going to go through all these in detail, but you're all graduate students or upper division undergraduate students. You know the drill. We expect you to attend classes. If you're going to miss assignments or talk to us and we can sort something out. If you don't hand things in, you're going to lose marks. I mean, you all know this. Don't copy things. Academic integrity is important. Reference things properly. We do expect you all to join in class. We expect you to talk to each other. We're going to have a lot of conversations, so we expect you to be polite to each other. That's online and in class. Modifications, we can change things. We expect you to read extra things on your own around the subject, try and give extra credit, and the information about disability services is in there as well. Usual set of policies. Okay. Any questions, comments, anything? All fairly straightforward? Nod, say yes. Yeah, okay. Right. Right, I'm going to show you this thing called Canvas. How many of you have gone into it already? Wow, quite a few of you. Oh, good, good. Canvas is from a company called Instructure. There's a lot of these systems coming up now. A lot of them are tied up to the massive online courses that places like MIT and Stanford are running, and Harvard for free, where they're distributing a lot of their materials for free and having hundreds of thousands of people taking the course at the same time. And Canvas is one of these new systems for handling things like that. To my mind, it's one of the better systems out there. I do a lot of work in these sorts of technologies. Although I've never used it properly before, I've only played with it, but it's pretty impressive. So let me go to that one. So you've all been sent an email saying log into Canvas, welcome to Canvas. If you're on this course, you would have received this email. When you go in, you get a screen like this. There's a few things you can do. You can go in and set up your account. You see my name up there. So I can go in and adjust my account, change my profile, put in a bio. You can add ways to connect for yourself. You see, this is linked to my Facebook and my Twitter account and Skype. So it links to all the social media. You can put links in here. So you can set up your profile, go in and edit your profile, set up when Canvas notifies you. There's an inbox. Interestingly, this inbox, although it's like an email inbox, it's more like an instant messaging system. You can also just click on record if you're on a laptop and just record video or voice and put that on here so you don't even have to type. It's a very smooth system. You can attach files, of course, and you can find anyone on the course up here. So you can find other students. Just click on the button, find students. Yeah, go in, find the students. See, a couple of you have already put pictures in. Like Angel, you have a list of courses. Down from courses, you can see the buttons at the top. Courses, assignments, your grades, and a calendar. So, courses, we can look at the courses. Trans-Humanism. This is the Trans-Humanism course. We've got a list of the syllabus, things that are going to happen and when. Modules, how we're structuring the course. The files, pages, these are just pages of text that are in there. Discussion groups, assignments, grades, the other people on the course. We're not using these bottom ones, so down to about here. And you can just click on any of those and go in. This is telling you what's coming up in the near future on the calendar. You can view that in the calendar. So this is today's lecture, that's Thursday's lecture. These are the things I'm going to give you to do today. So click on modules. And here we are. There's the introduction module, artificial intelligence, things about the novel with a link, and the graduate readings. These are pretty empty at the moment, but we'll start filling up. In the module, we've got the outline, that's the document I've just given you. This presentation I'm giving you, we're going to show you a clip from a movie, you can access that, and these are the discussions we're going to have at the end. So it's nice and easy. Click on files, it's the same files that you can see there. So you can go into introduction, see the same files. The discussions, these are the two discussions that are on there. And assignments, etc. So it really is nice and easy. There's a calendar showing what's coming up, when the lectures are, when the assignments are. So very, very easy, very nice. This thing about the discussions is quite nice. I did like this. That if you go into one of the discussions and you want to make a post, you go into a discussion and you write a post, you have the normal font editing options like any word processor. But if you click on the movie option, you can just set it to record from your webcam. So you don't even have to type your post, you can just put movie clips in here. So I'm hoping you'll all use some of these funky tools in here, put some images in here, put some media, link to movies. It's very, very easy to use. Better than Angel? Yeah. It's really easy. I was amazed. I only started using this a week ago, and within 5-10 minutes I thought I felt like I knew my way all the way around it. It was so simple. So do have a play, under help, there's a help up in the top right, there is a quick start guide if you want to look at that, take yourself through it, but nice and easy. This is your tool as well. You can actually form your own groups in here, you can form your own discussion groups, you can do things in here as well. You don't have to if you want to. When you start forming groups and talking with each other, remember you're going to have people in Australia as well. You might want to use a Google space, Hangout space, you might want to use Facebook. Doesn't matter, use Skype, use whatever you want, but there are things in here as well, tools in here you can use. Okay, any questions on Canvas? Everyone cool with that? Nice and easy. And, you know, I'm thinking, I'm liking this so much, I'm thinking, if I can keep using this, you know, for other courses, I think I'm going to move more of my courses to this. Even though we don't have a license for it. You can only do a limited amount for free, but I might start using this more. I really like it. Okay? So, how are we doing for time?
6:30.
6:30. Okay. Now we're going to do the bit where we introduce ourselves to each other. All my HCI students know I've done this before. You're all going to need a pen and paper. And you're going to do 3 things. What I want you each to do is to write down 3 facts about yourself. 3 things about yourself. 2 of them must be true, and 1 of them must be untrue, must be false.
You want me to do this as well?
Yes, of course. Everyone does this. I do it as well.
Okay.
Everyone does this. You write down 3 facts about yourself. 2 of them must be true, 1 must be false. And then we're going to go around the room. I want you to say who you are, what you're studying, what you're doing, a bit about your background, what did you study before, or where you're from, very brief, you know, just who you are, a little bit about yourself, and then these 3 facts, and the rest of the room has to pick the one that's not true. Okay? So quickly write down 3 facts about yourself. Everyone got 3?
Try not to screw that up this time.
Hmm?
Try not to screw that up this time.
Yeah, we mixed it up last time. Okay. Shall I start? I'm Damien Schofield. I'm director of the HCI program. Obviously, I'm not from round here, as you can tell by my accent. I'll give you my 3. I once got drunk and woke up with a tattoo in Washington, D.C. I was married in Las Vegas by Elvis while dressed as a Roman Catholic priest. And I'm a superb pianist who's performed at the Eastman School of Music. Which one's not true?
Third and second.
Second one, which the marriage.
Third.
I really did get married in Vegas by Elvis dressed as a priest, yeah. Which one's not true?
Third.
Yeah, I can't play the piano, that's right. So I do have a tattoo. Okay? Patrick, go on, you go next.
Oh, I'm Pat Murphy, I'm in the English department, I teach Shakespeare and theory. My 3 statements are, I sing in the shower, I have a cat, that's the second one, and I am an uncle.
Come on, guess someone.
He doesn't have a cat.
Cat.
You don't have a cat.
I don't know what
All right, Collie, go on.
I'll go. I'm an HCI grad student. This is my 2nd semester here. For all of you watching, I'm the voice behind the camera. I am the TA for this course, even though it's a new course, so I still barely know anything more than you guys do. And I got my undergrad here in graphic design and cognitive science. My facts are, some concepts of this course go against my beliefs. A friend has admitted he would kill me to acquire a robot body. And I have seen The Matrix so much, I know where the spoon exists.
All right, you've got to vote on this. Go on.
Come
The
on.
first one's not true.
First one? What do you guys think?
Third one's not true.
Huh?
I think the man who threatened to kill her is over there.
It's Randy.
Oh, it's Randy, okay.
Randy.
Yeah.
I have not seen The Matrix that much. I believe in weak AI as opposed to strong AI, which only these two know about from CogSci, which is that you can never fully replicate a human being with AI, only program what we know
Well,
about
we're
them.
going to argue with that one.
Yeah.
Someone from English next. Who wants to go? Go.
I'm Brian. I'm a CRW PBGA major.
What major, sorry?
Creative writing and public justice.
Okay.
And my 3 facts are, I've been stabbed by someone with malicious intent before. I'm a winner of the $500 Point-of-Source Pizza Challenge from St. Louis, Missouri. And I once had a friend run over my foot to get out of a Broadway dance class.
Those are all good.
She thinks they're all true. And
You've never been stabbed.
never been stabbed.
No, I've been stabbed.
You
2.
haven't won the pizza challenge.
Yeah, I did not win the pizza challenge. Having a soda with it, and that ruined everything.
So, the thing about this is we'll learn something. So, whenever you see Brian now, you'll know he didn't win a pizza challenge. Go on.
I'm Tom Pine. I'm a cinema and creative writing and film major from Endwell, just 20 minutes from Binghamton. My 3 facts are, I'm within 1 degree of Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Bacon, and Stephen Colbert, so I've worked on a project that they have. I'm right-handed, and one of my high school teachers once modeled an antagonist in the novella Here on Granger, the Chosen One, after me.
Vote.
Tom, you gave it away, your pen. Left hand.
See, it stood out because the other 2 were so involved. Who's next? Go on, Brian.
All right. I'm Brian. This is my last semester in HCI. I did my undergrad work here in CogSci, psychology and philosophy. My 3 facts are, number 1, traveled to Brazil last summer and did research while in Brazil. 2, I once played bass in a band that traveled the great city of Oswego, New York. And 3, I love tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes? Yeah, it's tomatoes.
Yeah, it's an easy one. Go on, Patricia, you go next. Yeah.
My name is Patricia. I'm HCI, but I did my undergrad in history, so it's a big jump. I'm from Binghamton, New York, so I know it well. This is my facts. This is the 4th SUNY school that I've attended. I have a dog named Hector, and I met Rihanna in Binghamton at a Walmart.
Votes?
Did you really?
Go on. Vote. Dog. The vote.
SUNY schools.
I have a cat named Hector.
Someone from English? Go.
My name is Anthony. I'm a graduate in English. I'm originally from Long Island, but moved up here recently in Pakistan. My 3 things: sing loudly in public places, NRA rank sharpshooter, and talented artist.
What was the last one?
A talented artist.
That's a generic statement. Go on, you guys have to vote.
Great? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's hear from Richard.
Let's see.
Richard is a retired art professor here at Oswego. He likes to sit in on classes
Okay.
and reads a lot of science fiction.
Right. I'm trying to read what I wrote here. Oh, yes. I was a ceramist. I was a teacher. I have written 4 books.
Which one?
4 books.
No, I screwed it up. They're all true.
They're all true. There you go. So we have a rule breaker in class. So we now know 3 things about Britain. This gentleman here.
My name is Matt Doyle. I'm a first semester HCI student, so I'm going to be meeting most of you. And I got my BA here in communication, and I graduated in December, so I took about a year off and I worked with small businesses and developed their social media accounts, and then I realized how much more fun it would be to play with robots, so I decided to do that instead. My 3 facts are: I have 3 dogs, I have 2 twin sisters, or I have played rugby since I was 18.
Sisters.
Sisters.
Nope.
Dogs.
I only have 2 dogs.
2 dogs. Someone back there. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Christopher. I'm an English graduate student here, and I did my undergrad here as well. And my 3 facts are: I'm a vegetarian, I grew up on a farm, and I'm addicted to coffee.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarians and farm.
Farm.
Who next? Go on. Adam.
I'm Adam.
Adam.
HCI student, last semester here. I did my undergrad, graphic design and art history. And my 3 facts, I have dislocated 12 different joints. I've already been to Australia, and I've been thrown through a plate glass window.
Australia.
Yeah.
You're intending to go this semester.
Yeah.
Someone else from English. Go.
I'm an undergraduate journalism major. My name is Ryan Franklin. My 3 facts are...
What year are you in, Brian?
Junior.
Junior.
And it's not
Okay.
Ryan, R-Y-N.
Welcome.
3 facts are: I'm a descendant of Benjamin Franklin. I have no gallbladder, and my natural body temperature is 96 degrees.
I think they're all false. But we have to pick one. Go.
Gallbladder,
I have no gallbladder.
Oh.
Franklin.
That's not true.
Well, we're going to be talking about people who aren't human. So, you are a robot. Who's next? That's fascinating. You really are descended from...
No, I'm
No.
not descended from Benjamin Franklin.
Okay. Who's next? Go. Okay.
So my name is Philip. I'm a grad student at HCI. I'm undergrad in graphic design, and I live here for the past few years. So my 3 things are, I have visited 42 of the 50 states. I spent New Year's Eve shooting a 50 caliber black powder gun at a clothing optional gun range. And I have 3 tattoos.
I think the clothing optional is false.
No, I think Ted, you have more tattoos than 3.
Tattoos.
Any more guesses?
The second.
What?
I think the third one is false.
The gun range, does that? Gun
No, I only have 2 tattoos.
I was gonna say, the second
Ah.
sounds.
Someone from the back over there. Go.
I'm Taylor. I'm a junior English major. My 3 facts are: I don't eat meat from a can. I'm allergic to peanuts, and I live near Schenectady.
Vote.
Peanuts.
You're right. I'm allergic to cashews.
Okay, everyone bear that fact in mind? Go
My name is Andrew Kaplan. I'm a senior English major, undergraduate, and my 3 facts are: I was born in the mouth of a rat. I grew up in West Newark, New Jersey, and I believe in transcendental robot consciousness.
You're reading the first one?
I was born in the mouth of a rat.
That must be false.
Go.
I was born in Boca Raton, Florida. Boca Raton in Spanish means rat mouth. So that's true.
So that's true.
I'm gonna guess the third one.
Yes. It's not true.
You don't believe we will change that? Aaron.
Okay. I'm Aaron. First year HCI student. I graduated last year with from psychology from here. Grown up in Oswego. My 3 facts are: my absolute favorite food is black olives. I have horrible road rage, and my nickname is Herf Durfkin.
Nickname is what?
Herf Durfkin.
Okay.
Herf Durfkin.
Anyone? Yes?
Yeah, you don't have no.
I was
No, I think
serious,
he's got the
Aaron,
road
about
rage.
You were very
I don't think you have road rage.
No, I do.
It's always
Learn
the quiet
something. He's
ones.
very quiet people.
So everybody wait 20 minutes.
What was the first one?
My favorite food is black olives.
That one.
Who hasn't gone yet? Come on over there. In black.
My name is Raymond. I'm a graduate student in English. My 3 facts are: I graduated from a Catholic high school. I love auto racing, and I love science and technology.
Which one's not true?
Auto racing?
I hate science and technology.
Oh, good one to change that. You want to go? Yeah.
My name is Kate Stout. I actually am an adjunct teacher in the English department. I just heard of this course and it sounds fascinating, so I decided to take a class this semester. I'm from Wisconsin, moved here a few years ago. And my 3 facts are, I live in a teepee sometimes. I used to be a sous chef at a tea house, and I have